Welcome to Prep 50. What we have in this section is inequalities. By the end of this lesson, the candidates will be able to solve problems on linear and quadratic inequalities, interpret graphs of inequalities, analytical and graphical solutions of linear inequalities, open sentences such as block plus 5 equals 13 and 3x plus 5 equals x minus 6, which use the symbol of equality as shown there are called equation, whereas those involving the symbol greater than, less than, greater or equal to, less or equal to, or not equal to are called inequalities or inequations. These are read as follows. A is less than B. A is less than B. A is less than or equal to B. A is greater than B. A is greater or equal to B. A is not equal to B. Rules governing inequalities. If the same number is added to or subtracted from both sides of an inequality, the sense of the inequality remains unchanged. Example, if 3 is less than 10, then 4 plus 3 is less than 10 plus 4, and so on. 3 minus 6 is less than 10 minus 6. If A is less than B, then A plus B, A plus C is less than B plus C, and A minus C is less than B minus C. If both sides of inequalities are multiplied or divided by the same positive number, the sense of the inequality remains unchanged. Example, 4 is greater than 1, and so 4 times 2 is greater than 1 times 2, or that 8 is greater than 2. 4 over 2 is greater than half, or 2 is greater than 0.5. 3. If both sides of an inequality are multiplied or divided by the same negative number, the sense of the inequality is reversed. For example, minus 6 is less than minus 2. Multiply both sides by minus 3. Therefore, minus 6 times minus 3 is greater than minus 2 times minus 3, or 18 is greater than 6. Minus 4 is less than 0, but minus 4 times minus 3 is greater than 0 times minus 3, or 12 is greater than minus 3. Minus 4 is less than 0, but minus 4 divided by minus 3 is greater 0 over minus 3, or 4 over 3 is greater than 0. If A is less than B and C is less than 0, then AC is greater than BC. Then A over C is greater than B over C. Two sides of a triangle are 10 cm and 14 cm long. What are the possible lengths of the third side? The diagram is drawn 10, 14, and x. Let the third side be x cm long. Any two sides of a triangle must together be longer than the third side. Then 14 plus 10 is greater than x, or x is less than 14. That's equation 1. 10 plus x is greater than 14, or x is greater than 4. Equation 2. 14 plus x is greater than 10, or x is greater than minus 4. Since minus 4 is not possible, because we are considering lengths. Combine equations 1 and 2 to get 4 is less than x and less than 24. Thus, the length of the third side will be less than 24 cm and greater than 4 cm. On calculations here, solve the inequality. 11 minus 2a is less than 6. The solution: 11 minus 2a is less than 6. Subtract 11 from both sides of the inequality. Minus 2a is less than 6 minus 11. Minus 2a is less than minus 5. Multiply by minus 1 and reverse the inequality. 2a is greater than 5. A is greater than 2 and a half. 2. Find the range of values of x for which 5x minus 4 is greater than 11. Show the result on a number line. Solution: 5 minus x greater than 11. Add 4 to both sides of the inequality. 5 is greater than 11 plus 4. 5x is greater than 11 plus 4. 5x is greater than 15. Divide both sides by 5. X is greater than 3. And looking at the diagram there, that opening there is not closed. It's an open there from minus 3 upwards, because there's no sign of equality there. So x is greater than 3. That's how it is represented. 3. Find the range of values of x for which 2x minus 4 is greater or equal to 6. Show the result on a number line. Solution: 2x minus 4 is greater or equal to 6. Add 4 to both sides of the inequality. 2x is greater than or equal to 10. Divide both sides by 2. 2x is greater than 5. 2x is greater or equal to 5. X is greater or equal to 5. Then on the number line, because x is greater or equal to 5, from 5, that gap will be closed. The gap will be closed. You close the gap there. And it's shown on the number line. As from, 5 is inclusive. That's what it shows. 4. Solve the inequality. X minus 1 is greater than 4 into x plus 2. Solution: x minus 1 is greater than 4x plus 8. When we open the bracket by multiplying by 4. Collect like terms together. X minus 3x. X minus 4x is greater than 8 plus 1. Here, minus 3x is greater than 9. Multiply by minus 1 and reverse the inequality. 3x is less than minus 9, which implies that x is less than minus 3. 5. Find the integral value of x which satisfy the inequalities. Minus 3 is less than 2 minus 5x is less than 12. Here, minus 3 is less than 2 minus 5x and less than 12. Set up two inequalities and solve. 2 minus 5x is greater than minus 3. And minus 5x is greater than minus 5. Therefore, x is less than 1. Then for equation 2, 2 minus 5x is less than 12. Minus 5x is less than 10. 5x is greater than minus 10. And x is greater than minus 2. Combine the solutions on a number line. You see greater than minus 2 showing up and less than minus 1 the holes there are empty, they are not closed as seen. You see 0 there, minus 1 1 and minus 2. So from minus 2 coming up right, then from minus 1, from 1 going down to the left, the holes are open because there's no sign of inequality. In a racing competition, Musa covered a distance of 5x kilometer in the first hour and x plus 10 kilometer in the next hour. He was second to Ngozi, who covered a total distance of 118 kilometers in the 2 hours. Using the information above, form the inequality. We see the diagram there, 5x kilometer, the first part. The second part is x plus 10 kilometer for 2 hours. Total distance covered by Musa gives you 5x plus x plus 10. Total time taken is 2 hours. The Musa speed is 6x plus 10 over 2 km per hour. Ngozi's speed will give you distance over time, which is equal to 118 divided by 2 km per hour. But Musa was second to Ngozi. Therefore, Ngozi's speed is greater than Musa. Therefore, 6x plus 10 divided by 2 is less than 118 divided by 2. Clearing the fraction now, 6x plus 10 is less than 118. 6x is less than 108. X is less than 18. Therefore, the inequality is x is greater or equal to 0 and x is greater or equal to 0 and x is less than 18. 7. Find the range of values of x which satisfy the inequalities. 4x minus 7 is less or equal to 3x, and 3x minus 4 is less or equal to 4x. Solution: 4x minus 7 is less or equal to 3x, which shows that 4x minus 3x is greater or equal to 7. X is greater or equal to 7. 3x minus 4 is greater or equal to 4x. 3x minus 4x is less or equal to 4. Minus x is less or equal to 4. Then multiply by minus 1, x is greater or equal to minus 4. Then, on a number line, this you see minus 4 there, you see 0, the other one is minus 3, 4. The arrows are moving in opposite directions. Therefore, the range of values of x is minus 4 is less or equal to x, which is equal to less or equal to 7. Example 8. Find integral values of x and y satisfying the inequality 3y plus 5x is less or equal to 15, given that y is greater than 0 and y is less than 3 and s is greater than 0. Solution: 3y plus 5x is less or equal to 15. When s is equal to 0, 3y is less or equal to 15. Therefore, y is less or equal to 5. When y is equal to 0, 5x is less or equal to 15. X is less or equal to 3. This is shown as the graph on the graph below. The integral values of x are 11. That's 1 1 there. 1 1. We see the points plotted. 1 2 and 2 1. Quadratic inequalities with integral roots only. Note: in quadratic inequalities, it is necessary that the number line is drawn to assist the candidate write the correct answer. It is so because the arrow must move in opposite directions. Examples are shown below. Example 9. Solve the inequality x squared minus 5x plus 6 is greater or equal to 0. Solution: x squared minus 5x plus 6 is greater or equal to 0. When you factorize, x minus 3 into x minus 2 is greater or equal to 0. Either x minus 3 is greater or equal to 0, which implies that x is greater or equal to 0, or x minus 2 is greater or equal to 0, which implies that x is greater or equal to 0. In order to write the correct answer, draw the number lines. This, you see, is greater or equal to, is moving in the same direction. They are all moving towards right. Both of them move in the same direction. Therefore, reject this and redraw. When you redraw now, you discover that they be moving in opposite directions now. Minus 2 is towards the left, and 3. 2 is towards the left, and 3 is towards the right. 10. The solution of the quadratic inequality x squared plus x minus 12 is greater or equal to 0 is shown below. Look at we factorize, having x plus 4 and x minus 3 greater or equal to 0. So either x plus 4 is greater than 0, which implies that x is greater or equal to minus 4, or x minus 3 is greater or equal to 0, which implies that x is greater or equal to 3. Therefore, the solution is x is greater or equal to 3, or x is greater or equal to minus 4. 11. If y is equal to x squared minus x plus 12, find the range of values of x for which y is greater or equal to 0. Solution: x squared minus x plus 12 is greater or equal to 0. Factorizing, x minus 4 into x plus 3 is greater or equal to 0. So either x minus 4 is greater or equal to 0, which implies that x is greater or equal to 4, or x plus 3 is greater or equal to 0, which implies that x is greater or equal to minus 3. The range of values of x is shown below. You see from there minus 3 and from 4. They are moving. Note the opposite directions of the arrows. Note the opposite directions of the arrows. The arrow of x is greater or equal to minus 3 would have gone towards the right. It was changed because of the word range. That is question 12. If y is equal to x squared minus x minus 12, find the range of values of x for which y is greater or equal to 0. Solution: you now put down the inequality there. X squared minus x minus 12 is greater or equal to 0. Factorizing, x minus 4, x plus 3 is greater or equal to 0. So either x minus 4 is greater or equal to 0, which implies that x is equal to or greater than 4, or x plus 3 is greater or equal to 0, which implies that x is greater or equal to minus 3. Then on the number line, see there, it's a minus 3 and 4 there, and they are moving. The arrows are moving in the same direction. Reject this. Then you see the diagram below. The arrows are moving in opposite directions. Accept this. The range of values of x is x less or equal to minus 3 and x greater or equal to 4, which means x is less or equal to minus 3 and greater or equal to 4.